It's important to normalize conversations about sex and consent because it's not talked about very often.
The School's Consent Project is originally a UK charity. We train lawyers to teach kids about consent.
The difference between crime and sex is consent. And that's why it's not possible to have sex without consent, because without consent, it's not sex, it's a crime.
We are in schools all throughout New York City in every borough. We discuss sexual assault, rape, sending images, child pornography, and we try to do it really with the aim of preventing sexual assault.
And what she didn't have was a choice.
I think it's really important for students to have the opportunity to talk about consent with someone that they feel less worried about being embarrassed in front of, where they feel like they can be fully honest.
I feel like especially because I come from like a Mexican household, it's something that we don't talk about. So being able to hear it and have someone tell me that it's okay, it was nice.
We have to give them information that empowers them to make good choices. It's a much more complicated world than it used to be.
You could get peer pressure to do anything because you want to be cool or because you have higher authority telling you to do it.
It's okay to say no. I feel like personally as a girl, I struggle saying no too.
You have your own boundaries, they have their own boundaries.
As a former prosecutor, this is the type of subject matter that definitely needs to be discussed. I think you could have unfortunate misunderstandings that could result into harmful consequences, both for the victim and for the potential defendant.
New York State law thinks about consent with the 3 C's. They think about choice, capacity, and communication.
I was surprised to learn about the age of consent in New York.
The law says if you are under 17, you don't have the capacity to consent to sex.
I thought the age of consent was a lot older than 17.
No, it's not. It's actually 17 years old. That was really surprising.
Interestingly, during the workshops, I've actually found that the questions and concerns, whether they're coming from women or they're coming from young men.
If we're in the Bronx, if we're on the Upper East Side, the kids have the same questions.
Our school had the first School's Consent Project workshop in the United States because I teach primarily Black and brown children who are going to be overly policed. I want to make sure that they have the protection that they need to navigate situations where they may not be given the benefit of the doubt, and they deserve it.
I did not know that kids could get in trouble for sexting.
What you're sending out, you never know if it's being deleted.
A lot of students are quite surprised that they can face imprisonment for just merely possessing a photograph of a sexual act that they didn't even ask for.
People did delete stuff off their phone after the seminar because now they know, they're more aware, so they just deleted it.
It has an impact. It'll make them stop and think, and that's really the important part.
The law is really designed to protect young people.
We believe that education is the best thing to prevent sexual assault.
There's no legal requirement for schools to teach about sexual relationships outside of HIV and AIDS awareness.
Something has to change. If you're thinking, how can I help? You can donate today. You can sign up with us and do a workshop. You can introduce us to your kid's school. A donation of $2,500 would basically cover an entire high school in New York City. $25,000 covers the equivalent of 1 school district. Your support is vital to continue this education in New York City.